Good boy, indeed. Good boy.
Hey, good boys. With the good papas.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode. If you haven't seen the podcast, or YHST for short, I'm Isaac.
I'm Alva.
And this is a show where we cover movies on the growing list of films that has people asking us a question. You haven't seen that? Intermission edition. And a bound to you, and a bound to you. Brown chicken, brown cow. We're back on the couch after recording the last episode. It was only a short 10 minutes ago. And here we are, more caffeinated, a little more energy than the next. I'm going to regret it, and not going to be able to sleep tonight. Hey, everyone
Who needs sleep?
Definitely not me. Jesus Christ. Let's get to it. If you're new here and if you already aren't doing so, please follow us on social media at
YHST Pod.
On Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. Jinx, you owe me a Coke. No, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. Elva.
Okay.
I need a co-host. You can also follow us on social. Nope.
You can also follow us on social. Nope.
You can
You can also send us money.
Money, please. Please send us money.
Can I have some more? On Venmo at
YHST Pod.
Look what I did there.
Oh, bother. All right, let's talk movies. Actually, before we talk movies, because this one we're calling this episode Good Black Phone. We're going to cover Good Boy and Black Phone 2, but before we get into it, we're going to
some news.
If only my buttons worked a little better thanks to the new shitty update. Come on, Road, get on it so we can cover news with YHST News. Like that, hide some complaints and some stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump to it. In a recent interview, after brushing off any qualms about leaked set photos for the upcoming Clayface movie, James Gunn expressed his feelings on wanting to use practical over CGI, stating, quote, "Is it going to make $1 less in the box office? You want to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on VFX when it's going to look better practical? In Gunn, we trust."
In 2015, director Robert Rodriguez and actor John Malkovich filmed a movie that no one alive today will see, titled 100 Years, scheduled to release November 1st, 2115. 1,000 metal admission tickets were issued, intended to be passed down through generations until its release. Artists are weird, but I dig it.
Apparently, they're never going to give any hints to what's going on.
That's fine. I'll see it from wherever I'm at.
Jeremy Allen White has confirmed he will be voicing Rhoda the Hutt. I'm pretty sure Rudy's going to get at me for that one, which is Jabba the Hutt's son in the upcoming The Mandalorian and Grogu Star Wars film.
In death news,
Mom.
we lost some musicians these last few weeks. R.I.P. to R&B singer D'Angelo, founding Kiss member Ace Frehley, and Limp Bizkit bassist Sam Rivers. R.I.P.
Ryan Murphy's Monsters series has a new installment already in the works. The Lizzie Borden story has cast Alla Beatty as the axe murderer and Charlie Hunnam as her ill-fated father.
The 2001 cult hit 13 Ghosts is getting a series. Woo. The 13-episode anthology will explore the terrifying origin of one of the original ghosts, along with incorporating international supernatural legends. The series will experiment with augmented reality technology to pull viewers deeper into the hauntings. No need for this one here.
You're not going to augment reality your way into some hauntings?
Maybe.
Well, whatever then. Consider yourself sort of informed.
Yee.
All right, let's jump into these immediately because I've been fucking champing at the bit. 2 movies, Good Boy and Black Phone 2. We're going to start off with Good Boy. Maybe we're going to really talk about these movies because I wrote a lot of stuff down. They are some fun fucking movies. Okay, let's start off with Good Boy.
All right.
Directed by Ben Leonberg. This is an indie film, a relatively small budget indie film at $750,000. Right off the bat, it did great in opening weekend at $2.5 million and currently now at $6 million.
Should I say what it's about?
Go for it.
A loyal dog moves to a rural family home with his owner, only to discover supernatural forces lurking in the shadows. As dark entities threaten his human companion, the brave pup must fight to protect the one that he loves the most. Sorry, I had too much caffeine.
No, you didn't. I think you're getting like some of my caffeine.
Probably.
I had like half a can of soda and I'm finishing off this caffeinated bubbly thing. Obviously, because I jumped the gun. I always jump the gun on these things. Jesus.
I just want to see how I felt changing it up.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, it works. Yeah. So this movie was a success for an indie film. It did very well. I was really impressed by this movie for a number of reasons. I'm probably going to talk more on like the technical aspects of this. I think if you're a film lover and you love how movies are made and all the hard work that goes behind it, I think you'll appreciate this one because as far as like just generally like a story, it's an okay movie. It's only running at about like 80 minutes. It's a very short, what's the runtime?
Hour 12.
Hour 12. For the most part, because this is from the perspective of a dog. It's a horror film from the perspective of a dog. It does tend to lack and rather drag. But that's okay because Indy did a good job.
From the most cutest puppers.
He's a good boy. This is one of like the rare moments where at the very end of a film, they let you in a little behind the scenes on how this movie is made. Now, I don't know if I want every movie to do that, but you know, a little 5-minute reel or something like that is pretty cool because, man, so much. I mean, you know, for any of you normies out there who are listening to this, why? But there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes to make a film. I mean, if you want to get real super technical about it, it's like camera movements, blocking, lighting, audio, costume, visual effects, a million other things. And I can't even imagine what has to be done in order to make shit actually, you know, look like like a movie. So to make a film where you cast a dog and more specifically a non-actor dog. This is just a normal dog. Dog doesn't know like sit, speak, you know, shake, run scared or whatever. They're just like making noises to make the dog look in any particular direction, which is adorable. And they should kind of show that in the end. And the sort of, you know, abbreviated making of, along with some technical filmmaking techniques that I wasn't even aware. I've never been to film school, obviously, if you listen to this podcast. But like, I want to rewatch this movie and see how they utilize that. It's a very interesting film. What was I'm rambling. What was your take off of this? Did you know anything about that? About like this movie taking 3 years to make?
No, you didn't tell me much other than like it's a dog's perspective. And I think we may have seen this. Pigeon, I swear to God, if you eat those flowers, I'm going to smack you.
Pidge. Good girl. They just remind me, if they made like a good boy surrounding a cat, they're just going to ignore the threat. Like this movie doesn't happen.
They're just going to go back to nap. Yeah. All right, cool. This is in the corner. Fine. No, the fact that it was different and I liked it. I didn't know what I was walking into. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if I was going to fall asleep. I didn't know if it was going to be another one of those movies where I attempt to pay attention even though I'm not interested. But besides it being a very good puppers on screen that's keeping my attention, the whole hour 12 didn't feel long. The story just moved along right away. I even got a little teary-eyed in certain parts. I was like,
yeah,
how dare you treat him like that?
For an indie film, it actually felt cinematic. So like if you're thinking about like an indie film compared to a big studio film, if this were a bigger budget, big studio film, I'd be like, this is an okay movie. But because it's an indie film, it's going to rise above all those other amateur things. Which means I want to see this director and whoever else was like the core people that helped make it. I want to see them do a big feature film. I mean, this is a feature film, but like a higher budget, a horror film.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if I would need another thing from the perspective of an animal, but I mean, that's such a feat and sort of goes to show like the passion that goes on behind making something like this. You know, you don't just go, well, let's just make the dog run around and then see what happens. Like you need to storyboard the shit out of this and figure so many things out in order to make it happen. You know, the dog, Indy, who plays himself, they say in the thing, he has a very expression. His face is full of expression, but has kind of a neutral look, which helps when they use this effect called the Kuleshov effect, which is Indy might stare at something and then they sort of pair it with like a shot of some sort of threat to help imply emotion, and then they shoot back, cut back to him.
Oh yeah.
It's like a simple technique. I never really thought about that. And they showed examples of, how it's been used throughout film and stuff like that. But it's so clever and simple and works.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It fucking works. Like there's no one technique where I go, they're totally doing that thing.
There was like one scene, maybe one or two scenes where the dog is just, nothing's happening, but everything changes. Like what you were saying, just that the tone gets a little darker, like a little bluish hue darkness kind of thing. And I'm like, oh my God, he's scared. Somebody go hug him.
No, yeah, all of it. I mean, they had to use everything to make sure the story was being told. Yeah, there is a human element in it, but because it's from the low angle perspective of the dog, every other human is sort of a background character, but you're hearing them talk, and so you get some context of what's going on. Other techniques that they use, other than like the lighting changes and color grading, which was clever, and it's not like a heavy, it's a low budget film, so it's not a heavy CG thing, heavy visual effects thing, So some of it was a little janky, and you do with it what you will. But the fucking sound design was impeccable. The one thing I think the first thing I said when we walked out of the theater was like, dude, that sound design was like spot on.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Lastly, on technical thing, nobody, usually people, when you're watching a movie, you don't notice that for one particular action, whether it be like somebody walking across the room or having a dialogue, oftentimes it will be shot with multiple angles. And the way they do that isn't by setting up different cameras to capture those different angles, because you need to light each angle differently, which means that typically an actor needs to repeat the action over and over and over again in order to sort of, connect them all in the edit. The more you know.
Yeah. Bum, 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 Del.
Easy to do. Easy to do with an actor, because you can consistently get those same movements. Very difficult to do with the dog. This means that they had to record for hours and hours and hours a day just to get a shot that's only going to be a few seconds in the ultimate movie. Thus, this whole thing took
3 years.
3 years to make. Impressive. And the reason why I mention how impressive that is some of the shots they didn't need to do, but they wanted to make sure that it felt like a quality film. And for anyone who's creating anything, obviously like us with our little podcast, we could possibly just record our voices on our phone, but we want to make sure it's quality. So we do the best we can with the quality materials that we can afford, and making sure we're doing stuff in the edit to make it sound somewhat decent,
Cutting down some of the
I leave the papapas in. You told me not to touch that contractually. But this resonates with me as far as like a creative going like, yeah, I'm going to go the extra mile. If I have the ability to do it, I'm going to do it. And it's going to be what it's going to be. But in the end, no one can ever say that they didn't try in making this thing.
Yeah.
And that's what I saw from making this film. So I think it's awesome. I really hope that people do go see this. But let's talk about the story a little bit. Do you want to take some of the story?
There's spooky stuff happening.
But
in
there?
In this house that the human inherits. I think it's like, I don't remember if it was the grandpa or the dad or the uncle, the dad or
actually the whole lineage.
Yeah. So he inherited this house in the woods, middle of nowhere, moves into it. Dog kind of senses a little bit thing here or there. It seems like all the men had always had a dog, like a hunting dog kind of thing. Because there's a point where he does meet another human.
Yeah.
And it turns out that there's foxes. So there's like fox traps and everything. It just tells them to make sure the dog doesn't get hurt or anything like that. So I guess they live in a very hunter-y place.
Well, he goes up to his like grandfather's place. So he goes to visit. When I was really thinking about it and looking more into it, was there actually a haunting or wasn't there? Remember, the perspective is from the dog's angle, which means the dog doesn't know anything because he doesn't really know how humans function and what he's sensing, right? So the whole thing is a metaphor for his owner's illness.
Oh, that's right.
The impending, spoiler alert, the impending death, the growing illness, what he smells on him.
Yeah.
And he interprets it or interpolates it or whatever as a haunting.
Yeah.
when you really think about it. And it gets that much more sadder. I looked into like a Reddit thread, and somebody was saying that this was so heartbreaking because they had previously used to wish that they went first before their dog because they couldn't handle the heartbreak. And then they said after watching this film, they changed their perspective on it because a dog couldn't comprehend death. They couldn't contextualize it.
No, because that's BS.
Well, sorry, to the level that a human can.
Yeah, true. But I seen videos where like
I know.
yeah. But look, okay, I get a lot of sad videos on my For You page, on my Instagram feed, and all that other mumbo jumbo jazz, beautiful jazz. And I'm kind of tired of crying over dog videos and this and that. Like, I'm tired of having to see another dog next to the coffin or anything. And it's just like the pallbearer had to pick up the dog because it couldn't move. And I'm like, you're telling me that I don't send this.
But case in point, there's a number of videos where the dog's like crying over a thing, but they don't 100% know or understand or can process a loss like that. You know what I mean? Like this poor little, think about this. This poor animal who's only going to be on Earth for 10 to 13 years. Mm-hmm. You have the ability, God willing, to outlive it and take care of it and give it a good life. And then it has to be without you. Your life is then shortened. I would want the animal to go first.
That's true.
We can take care of it and stuff like that. You had sent me real quick. You sent me a video, and it was some fucking trickery bullshit, and I cried. And it's this mastiff and this teenage preteen boy, and the captions is like, "This is just a boy and his dog, and the love that they have, and they're playing in different clips of them enjoying each other and stuff." And I'm thinking, all right, I'm prepping for the dog to go bye-bye. And son of a bitch, do they pull the old reverse?
Swear to God.
And it's the mom and the dog at the fucking kid's graveside. Like, fuck you, I'm crying, God damn it.
Look, here's the thing. I just thought, hey, what the fuck am I watching right now? You're showing me the kid's heartbreak of this dog.
Yeah.
We all know mastiffs.
Which I was prepped for.
Yeah. Which we all know mastiffs don't live that long. They have a lot of health issues and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, cool. But I was not expecting that twist. I was not expecting it one bit. I cried like a baby, of course, on paid time. So I got paid to cry.
Nobody who you work for listens to this, do they?
I don't think so. And even if they did, it's
don't
fine.
Arc.
But still, I'm just.
But point being is that going back to the movie, this movie does a really good job of making it seem like something scary from that dog's point of view, obviously. But then when you sort of change your own perspective and put your own human experience and knowledge into it, it's really sad and how the whole thing plays out.
Yeah.
Watch the movie. It's really awesome. It's a quick 80-something minutes to enjoy. I don't think you need to go jump in the theaters to go see this, but I would say if you want to give the support to that thing, I mean, not that it needs any more support because it's already, like I said, made $2.5 million in opening and $6 million total now. Why not, though? Throw your bucks at that.
Support the indie act.
That's why his name's Indy.
Indy.
Clever.
Hey.
Good job. Good boy, Indy.
Good boy.
All right, now for bigger budget movies, Black Phone 2.
No.
You and I have seen Black Phone Part 1 back in 2021. Like, this is one of the first movies as like the pandemic was kind of sort of happening.
Yeah.
We went to go see. Amazing movie, Black Phone 1. If you haven't seen that, do yourself a fucking favor. Double up on this thing. Double feature it for the Halloween season. It's a good one. There are some supernatural elements to it. If you're not familiar, I'll preface this. If you're not familiar with the movie Black Phone, it's starring Mason Thames, Madeline McGraw, and Ethan Hawke. Ethan Hawke as a villain is so awesome. And it's Ethan Hawke as this kidnapper, and he kidnaps Mason Thames' character, Finney. And the supernatural elements that are a part of this thing is very well done and very unique, and I've never seen anything like this, as well as these basically children actors doing such a fantastic job. All of it, the whole thing works very well together, and I didn't expect for them to make a sequel. I didn't think that this thing needed a sequel, so I was surprised at how good this sequel actually was.
Oh, yeah.
Because they could have ruined the whole thing. Now, some people might disagree with me, but again, this is my own opinion, and I liked what they did with it.
I thought it was going to be another like oh, they should have just stopped at the first one. That should have been it. I kind of happy they made this one.
That being said, it feels like they might have left an open thread for possible part 3.
I don't think so.
If you can write it well, go for it. Mm-hmm. But I'm happy we have these first 2 movies. For those who aren't familiar with Mason Thames, if you've seen How to Train Your Dragon, Jinx, Double Jinx. Ha, gotcha. Alva. He was Hiccup in that one. And I was like, why does this kid look familiar? Oh, Black Phone 1. Cool. Great. Awesome. Great actor. So it's cool to see these kids grown up and hone in their acting abilities because they are that much better than they were when they were kids. And they were already awesome when they were kids. Specifically, Madeline McGraw as Gwen. Again, these are all a little bit spoilers, so pause it and go watch the movie and come back and join the conversation. But Gwen, Finney's sister, has the second sight. She dreams sometimes the future, sometimes communes with the dead through her dreams. And so just whatever the second sight might entail, that has a part to play in solving their dealings and whatever's going on. Mm-hmm. How they incorporate her dream state sequence in this, it's so simple. It's very minimalistic. Less is more, and very well done. They do a sort of Super 8 grainy effect, a sort of vinyl hiss like this. That sounds nice. And it kind of, what it does is it shows that dumb fucking movie Skinamarink how to use that effect.
That's the movie I was trying to like think of earlier, and I was like, what's that movie's name? That I was like, forget it. I'm not gonna bash it if I can't remember the name.
So I loved how they did her dream sequences, and I also enjoyed how they expanded on her abilities and her mom's second sight abilities. I mean, this movie had a few layers to it. One, this was more Gwen's story than it was Finney's, but because Finn was the one to, spoiler alert again, to kill the grabber, Ethan Hawke's character in the first one, you would think, well, since he's dead, there's no place for that rivalry to go, but it comes back with a fury in a very cool way. And so he does need to confront his demons, so to speak, literally and figuratively, actually, along with his PTSD. Now, they don't focus so much on that, but it is a major aspect to his character. I'm so glad that they incorporated that. In so many sequels with like your old school 70s, 80s, 90s movies, rarely is there ever PTSD. I think maybe like when we got the movie Scream, Sidney Prescott's character like had some PTSD, she had a gun or whatever, took a karate class, self-defense classes. So I was glad that they did that. Yes, he survived something terrible and he won at the end. And at the beginning of this film, he's now a badass, but still is dealing with some of that inner child scared things. Yeah. So I'm glad they didn't like forget about that, So I think it was a well-written movie.
I thought for some reason when this movie was announced that it was possibly going to be passed down to Finn. Like Finn gets to continue to be the grabber in a weird way because he can't get over the PTSD.
I would have hated that if they did that.
Well, here's the thing. They didn't give much away.
True. Not only did they not give much away, which thanks for that, because I hate when horror films are ruined in trailers, but there also wasn't much advertisement and promos for it.
That's why I was just like, from what I seen, I was like, I don't know what this is. And I was just like, this better not be where he either becomes the guy with the mask or some fanatic, because there's always a fanatic out there.
That's where I thought that it was going to go.
And then they get Finn again or somehow.
Yeah. But where this went, I thought was clever. This one does take place in the 80s. And so it did take the inspiration from a couple of well-known horror films. Some of them biting it off very heavily. Other ones sort of hinting a little more. The big bite off would be Nightmare on Elm Street. Mm-hmm. There's this dream sequence thing that you've seen in those films, and it's pretty much one-to-one, but I like how it's incorporated in this.
Well, the same thing, not just a dream sequence, but like how Freddy dies and then he comes back, So it's basically like, here we go, but like...
Yeah, it's like his origin story.
Yeah. So in a way, this one kind of is, but kind of isn't. But they just take that inspiration of it, which is fine. This is great.
I feel like it's how Quentin Tarantino does his things, where it's like, no, this is total inspirations and total quote unquote rip-offs of those things. But when it's put together with their own flair, it does become its own thing.
Yeah.
So definitely a little Freddy Krueger,
Nightmare on Elm Street,
Dream Warrior specifically too. It does have some flares of Friday the 13th, specifically going back to the camp where all the things happen, and a little of Shining elements, with some of like the suspense and imagery.
Oh yeah, I liked it all. I don't think I hated this movie at all.
I mean, if I were to dig deeper into it and really pick it apart, I think there's some things that were a little inconsistent, but I don't think so inconsistent enough that you'd be able to shit on it, not like a Tron movie.
No, I don't think I would want to recently really dissect a movie, just for the fact that one, who has the time to slice it scene by scene and dissect everything wrong or good with it?
See what you did with the slicing. It's a horror film.
Yeah.
More gore in this one, by the way.
Oh, definitely. Also, art is up to interpretation. So it's what you make of it. So every person has a different view on this. Some people may say this movie's not, I don't like it. I didn't get it.
Yeah, I heard some people saying that it there were some parts that dragged. I didn't feel, the pacing of this film felt like it followed the same energy of the last film.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think back to the movie. I don't really feel like there was any part that dragged, because you have to establish your emotional foundation.
So I think for that, where people say oh, it lagged, I think people want everything let's hurry it up. Let's go. Let's go.
Absolutely. And get off your phones, people.
And if you want a really good scary movie, because this one did have one scene in particular that made me jump.
There's one or two good jump scares.
After that, I was like, I'm in. I'm invested. You got me to jump visibly, oh God. But everyone wants a movie that hurry, hurry, hurry. And they want a slasher and they want this. And I'm just yet you're the one complaining that there's no good movies out there. But you're not putting your phone down. You're not paying attention. You're not letting the movie breathe because you want to get out. You want to be on the go. Well, then guess what? If you want to be on the go, then go watch it at home while you can be on your phone and then brag about this and then not be why I wasted my money or something or whatnot. Let other people who actually want to enjoy a movie in theaters enjoy it, and that's fine. But I also understand people do have different tastes in things. So again, art is up to whatever you want to call it.
Well, fucking said. Let's just end the whole episode there. We don't need to do a White Just Too Fresh.
Cool. I went for the other points. I get points for that. All right. Cool. Okay. Bye.
Oh man. For those who have seen the first film, one of the things that was very surprising in an extremely fun way, because I love when kids curse and are just badasses. Gwen is still a badass, but they tease you with it because she isn't just outright like a cantankerous little, with such and such. But they build up to it, and she lets it loose to a character that fucking totally needs it, and very verbally creative ways.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
She's such a badass.
I really just suggest you watch this movie.
Yeah,
I don't want to give much to spoil or anything because I feel you kind of need to experience.
Yeah, if you honestly it's Halloween time. If you're looking for something to go see to have a thrill, this I would easily say that. If you have time, double feature Good Boy along with Black Phone 2 easily.
Yeah, if it's still out, yeah.
All right, I got no more to say about that because I do want people to see it and I don't want to ruin the damn movie for you. So let's go and play a little bit of YHST Gets Fresh. Every other episode, me and Elva alternate on guessing the Rotten Tomato critic and audience score, as well as giving our own personal rating on the aforementioned movies. In this case, it'd be Good Boy and Black Phone 2. From 0 to 100, 59 and below being rotten and 60 and above being fresh, it's my turn to guess the ratings on these movies. Maybe I shouldn't put lyrics to that.
No.
All right, what do you want to start off with?
Let's go. You can go with Good Boy. Let the lyrics for me.
What?
Let me handle the lyrics. you just guess the scores.
I'm just a button pusher over here, huh? Okay, I would have to easily give this movie an 80%. for all the technical reasons that I was admiring earlier. I think critics probably also liked it at an 80%, and I think audiences liked it at an 85%.
Okay. So critics liked it at an 89.
Whoa, even more.
Audience liked it at an 82. So you are with the audience.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. I'm okay with that. That leaves Black Phone 2.
Mm-hmm.
I will have to give Black Phone 2 an 85%. I wanted to give it a little higher, but there were when I'm looking back on it, there were some things that I felt could have been improved on. But 85, I feel, is like personally still strong.
Okay.
I think critics gave it an 87. I think audience loved it at 89%.
Okay, so critics gave it a 73.
Huh.
I get it. I guess. I fought with critics before. And audience gave it an 84.
Solid. Totally solid. Yeah. There you go. There's 2 good movies to go see for this Halloween season. The numbers don't lie. And that actually wasn't bad. All right, let's now move on to our trivia. Because there's nothing scarier than both of us getting pissed at this fucking game. Okay, if you're not familiar, this is a 4-round trivia game where we're guessing a movie based on 5 clues, and those 5 clues are characters. And the movies that we're choosing are randomized from a set list, because we had whole issues about
it's
not being
movie
fair.
roulette.
Movie roulette. I started first on the last one, so why don't you go ahead and throw the guesses at me, and let's go.
Okay, for 5 points, Jennifer Grey.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
5 points for you.
Whoa, holy shit!
He got his first 5 points. Woo, 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 woo.
There it fucking is. I did it. I fucking did it.
Took you fucking long enough.
I want to thank the
Academy?
demons in the corners. Ah, shit. All right. On to you then. Oh, I'm
Okay.
so happy I finally got that. Woo!
Give you the easy one this time.
All right, you ready? For 5 points, Kirsten Dunst.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you've seen this movie.
Maybe.
4 points, Mark Ruffalo. This is tough because I've seen this movie and I forgot that they were in it.
Kristen Dunst and Mark Ruffalo.
Mm-hmm.
It's not 13 going on 30 because I already guessed that one.
For 3 points, Elijah Woods.
I would not know this at all.
All right, now here's where it matters.
Okay.
For 2 points, Kate Winslet. There's a hush in the crowd.
Oh, God.
A deafening silence.
Not Titanic, but I'm going to guess Titanic.
And for 1 point, Jim Carrey. You have it.
Crickets are going
You
crazy.
have it. I mean, like, you have the guess in your head. I know you do.
Oh, okay.
Jim Carrey, Kate Winslet. Focus on those.
For the record, smoke is coming out of my ears. It's not. No, that's with Frankie Muniz. Oh my God.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Never seen it.
We have that on the list, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Damn shit. Okay. All right. Hit me.
Christopher Abbott. Alessandro Nivola. Nivola.
Nivula. It sounds Russian.
Fred Heckinger.
Heckinger.
Hetchinger.
God, how many times do I say, I've heard the name? I can't. I don't have no idea. I don't have a guess. I mean, I could just like stab in the dark, but like I'm mind blanking so hard.
Ariana DeBose.
Is it Craven?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah. So you got 7 points this round.
Your fucking face is like. I only remember that because we covered Love Hurts and remember her name, and then remember how much she fucking sucks as an actress, specifically, and not limited to those 2 movies.
And I could have easily been like, no, let's keep going. But you could also said Love Hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. I know. But
Yeah.
then you mentioned the other ones, and that's how the whole thing works. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and land the plane and give you your last round. Are you ready, Alpha?
I guess I am.
I need you to pay close attention to this.
Okay.
I need you to guess this movie.
I need to guess this movie.
I think you're going to guess it for sure at 2.
Okay.
Maybe at 3.
Maybe at 3.
Okay, so pay attention.
Okay.
Here we go. For 5 points.
Okay.
Can I finish? Can I finish? Can I finish? For 5 points, Danny Lloyd.
Next.
4 points, Philip Stone.
Next.
Hone it in. For 3 points, Scatman Carruthers.
Scatman Carruthers. It's better be no animated film.
I've said this name multiple times, of how funny his name is, how much we enjoy this movie.
We enjoy this movie.
Mm-hmm. I mentioned it in our discussion.
Sorry, Ari. Which discussion? This earlier one? Oh, fuck my life.
I'm going to let you take a guess. I'm not going to run the clock.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Good guess, though. All right, you ready?
Okay.
You need to guess this. You
Apparently, I have to guess.
have to
this
guess it at this one.
one. All right.
For 2 points, Shelley Duvall.
The Shannon.
There it is. There you go.
You don't want to get sued?
You see, the crowd applauds you too for 2 points, but you got the points.
Ari's looking at me with disappointed eyes.
That's just how cats look.
No,
Look, now he's looking at a ghost.
No, he's telling me to hurry the F up. He needs his food.
Oh, don't curse.
Look at him. Look at him.
Oh, man. I'm so happy I finally got some points. I don't know if it was enough to, actually close the gap on our competition. I'll need you to go back on all the other episodes.
I know.
And if anyone's listening to this and has racked up the points for us, we appreciate it. Let us know what the hell they are. 'Cause I need to know.
Also, it's a very disappointing week.
Did you lose your
I lost
fantasy
my
football?
fantasy
By how
football.
much?
It was
Music is only so long.
6 points?
That's not terrible.
No.
You closed the gap on that one, actually. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. We appreciate it. Let us know what you thought about these movies down in the comments or on our social media at
Why Trusty Pod.
on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Don't forget to like, share, follow, subscribe, hit the notification bells for all of these things. I will eventually get back to doing video reviews. Shit has been busy. We're now getting to the fall season. Things have calmed down. That's why we recorded the double episodes. So I could probably, shoot a handful of those things. Will they be high production? I don't know. But in the meantime, let us know what spooky movies are on your growing list of films. It has people asking you the scary question. You haven't seen that.
Ooh.
Halloween edition. What's that behind you? Oh, it's just a cat. Check your candy. Don't get randy.
Don't forget to say trick or treat.
And smell my feet. Love you, everybody.
Okay, bye.